against your jacket a lot.
What's going on, everybody? Y'all know what it is, man. It's Terrence Pitts, aka Pitts on Pitts and Push Sports Talk Radio, Bowie TV, Pitt Sports Zone. You already know, man. It's me and Coach Bernard Clark. What's going on, Coach?
Not much, man. Everything's going well, Pitts. How about with you?
I'm doing good, man. On the road, man, to New York. Sorry for the change of location.
Oh no, we do it every week. They should be ready for that by now. Our location changes a lot. You know that.
Yeah. So, man, last game of the
Oh,
season, Coach.
it's crazy, man. I was just talking to my wife this morning, Pitts, and it feels like the season just started. And it's the last game of the year, man. It's crazy how fast it goes by, man. I do the chapel service with our guys, and one of our seniors, man, William Barber. William's been here 4 years. He didn't get redshirted. He's been here 4 years, and he's like, Coach, man, these 4 years flew by. And he's just trying to figure out, what's going on, what's happening in life and things like that. And he's like, Coach, I'm gonna come up and talk to you next week because somehow or another, I don't care where I play, I got to continue to play this game because he's starting to miss this game, man. But man, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's like a bittersweet day. You know what I'm saying? Like those seniors you've been with for the past, some guys 6 years. Jamar Shagag, he's been with us for 6 years. He got here in 19. And with the COVID and all the other stuff. And now he's about to embark upon his life, man. A lot of these guys about to start their lives and. This adulting ain't easy. You and I know that. So it's one of those situations. So they got to get ready for that. So it's bittersweet, walking out on the field with them for the last time, saving those guys for the last time, man. And they've all contributed in one way or another, regardless of what it is, man. Love those guys. Love those guys a lot.
Shout out to Valerie Clark. Good morning, Ty.
What's up, big? What's up,
morning.
big sis? What's up, big sis?
So, Coach, talk about the emotions for you. Just knowing when you talk about a Jamar Shagad and what he's meant to you and the other seniors, what they meant to you not only as players and
Well, as people. I mean, as people as they are, man. The great thing about those guys is, they've helped build this program. Guys like, Jamar Shagag, he's helped build this program. He's put it in a position to where we are right now. And he's gone through the bumps and the bruises. The second year he got here and we're in the NEC. Then the next year we go through COVID, we go through the Big South and we make that and things don't go well. And then we're back here. And the great thing about this year, regardless of what happens today, we won more games this year than we have in the last 2 years. So for him to leave out in a situation like that is great. So guys like Shagag and a guy like Dave Schwartzentruber, Schwartzentruber was here, 19. He transferred to EKU. And then, he's a grad guy. He said, Coach, I want to come back. So he came back and he's joined us. And like I said, William Barr, I can go on and on and on about our seniors, man. And even the guys that transferred, like I care about those guys deeply. I always have them on my phone. They ever want to reach out. I told them I'm their reference. They need a recommendation for a job. I'll be there for them because we got some solid guys. We got some great group of guys that we're going to miss a lot.
How much of the focus today, when you talk about your conversation to the team prior to, did you highlight those guys?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely talk about the seniors. Not a whole lot. The thing I'm gonna talk about is let's finish this game. Let's finish strong. We always talk about finishing. I want to make sure we're in a position where we're gonna finish this thing, not just come here and just lollygag on the field. Let's go out there. Let's finish this thing the right way with these seniors, giving these guys the right way out of here, putting them on the right with a good taste in their mouth once they leave. So that's the thing I'm going to talk about finishing because again, those guys are finishing. So it's a part of that. Those guys are finishing. They're getting us embarked upon a new life. This part is over. College is over. I'm not sure if they're going to go pro or whatever the situation may be, but college football is over. And for some of those guys, this is the last time they're going to put those pads on. And you've been through that. I've been through that. It ain't easy putting those pads down, man. That's the thing about football. I tell guys all the time. Ain't no pickup football games. You can't walk around with your pads in your hand and play that pickup football game like pickup basketball. It's one of those things we got to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do and kicking in the gear. So I'm excited for these guys.
Before you guys, what we humping this morning before we get into game prep and planning?
Didn't hear the first part of your question. You blinked out on me a little bit. Don't worry about it.
What's your what's the music? What music are you playing this morning?
You know what? I don't know. I haven't really listened to anything yet, Pitch. I'm trying to see if I'm gonna get my mind right and get everything. But I'm not sure. Right, but be honest with you, I'm listening to a sermon right now. Uh, guy by the name of Golden. You know, he seems pretty solid in what he's doing. I just kind of listen to what he's saying, haven't really listened to the music.
My apologies, Coach.
Oh no, you're fine. Like you say, you're on the road, man. We got to expect some technical difficulties. Well, you're going now, so we got a real technical difficulty. So, again, you know, with Pitch not being here, let me just go ahead and.
My apologies, Coach.
Oh, you're fine. I was just talking while you was doing it. We're all right. We're gonna make it work. I'm not worried about it. You on your way to New York. You got to go take care of business. You know, both of us are also in a sadder situation right now. You're on your way, you know, to a funeral, and the crazy part is, man, you and I were talking the other day. I lost one of my college teammates, you know, named John Stavern, and missed that dude a lot, man. It hit me hard too, man, because I was trying to call him and didn't pick the phone up and call. So, no, you're going through some things. Don't worry about it. We're good.
When we talk about today's prep, Coach, and you know, normally in the past, you know, we've talked about your defense going out there with, you know, with your seniors. Does it matter which seniors you went out there first?
Well, we're gonna try to get all of them. To be honest with you, we'll do the senior day where they come out and they walk with the parents, take the picture with the parents, and then we'll have the captains go out. But all the seniors also gonna go out and they're gonna stand on the top of the numbers while the captains go to the middle of the field. We want to make sure we're doing that. So I want to make sure they're honored in every way that they can. But again, the big thing is we got to make sure we're collaborating. Just like you and I spoke about the word of the week, got to make sure these guys collaborate, put themselves in position to win this football game and work hard and get after it.
Starting off, you know, typically, you know, when you always want the defense out there. What are you most looking forward to, like, despite or in addition to a win from your seniors today? What are you most looking forward to today from your guys?
What I'm looking most forward to is, like I said, is finishing. I want to make sure these guys understand what they're playing this game for. When you say you love this game, is that truly how you're going to go out? Are you going to go out as in loving this game? Or are you going to go out and you're going to bust your behind and you're going to do the things you're capable of doing when you say you love this football game? So I want to see how much they love this game. I want to see how much, when they say that, how much does that mean to them?
What does this mean to you, coaches, in the last game of the season? You know, I'm pretty sure you guys have plans of, you know, playing an extra game.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Pitch. You're breaking up. You're breaking up big time, Pitch. Put your mic up a little bit.
You guys were doing extremely well, right? And you talk about your coaching staff and the amount of work that they put in. You know, talk about your coaching staff and, you know, the bittersweet of this game and the progress that you guys made over the years.
Well, that's the great thing about it. You know, Dave Plungis, who's been with me, you know, him and Coach Holt have been with me the longest. Those coaches have been here. You know, Coach Tansky, those guys have been here since I've been here. So we started, you know, back in the NEC. So Coach Plungis this year, with him getting Defensive Coordinator of the Year with 3 shutouts, that's great. That's outstanding. Coach Firm is still going through a few growing pains in there, trying to find out what's going on, but he's done a great job offensively. We're averaging more points than we have since I've been here. So those things are exciting. This coaching staff has bust their behinds. And again, it's a situation that's also kind of one of those situations when you're going into it's the end of the year. So now who's going to get a job offer? Who's not going to get a job offer? Are they going to decide to stay? So a lot of times keeping staff together is tough. So for me to keep those guys for those guys to hang around as long as they've been here and want to be a part of this program, that's exciting. And the guys that are here right now, when they talk to me, they want to hang around. They want to be a part of the program. So that's also exciting. So you get in a position now. It's time. Now it's time to rebuild. It's time to hit that road recruiting, find the right players that you need to turn this thing around and get a better season come next year. So that's what I'm looking forward to. These coaches have done an outstanding job. They've made the commitment to be a part of this program, and I'm happy they made the commitment.
You talk about our WOW being collaborating.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they've done. I mean, I think offensively and defensively and special teams wise, we've collaborated, and we're going to do a great job today. Last week, when you talk about, even though we didn't have a winning game, you know, our punter, I think every punt that he kicked, I think we had like 8 punts. They were all inside the 20, and one of them was at the half-yard line. So he's done an outstanding job. A young man, Stephen Ernest, who's come in here and done a great job, and Coach Tansky's done a great job working with him. Like I said last week, it took all 3 phases to get us to overtime. And, it took all three phases to try to close the game out, and we couldn't close it out. So we've been doing this thing as a unit, collaborating together as a unit. We're going to continue to do that today.
And again, man, shout out to Darrell Lee Owens. Darrell is a photographer. He's the best photographer. He's with Bowie Teeth, man. He's also a producer. He covers the Commanders. He's out there every week, every game, whether home or away. So definitely shout out to you. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Coach, one of the things that we often talk about is playing a complete game, how offense, defense, and special teams, how they complement each other. Talk about the importance or the want of today being that perfect game for your guys on the way out.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to have to do, and exactly what you and I talked about. We want to make sure our mindset when we hit that field is that we need to collaborate in order to have that perfect game. And again, you can't have it by yourself. The two things that define a man, and I know, is patience, when you have nothing, and attitude when you have everything. So when we get on that field, we got to make sure we have the patience to do what we're supposed to do and the understanding to play hard and get after it. And then when things go our way, we got to make sure we have the right attitude and continue to work and persevere and do those things great. And things aren't going our way, again, we got to have the right attitude, get back on top of things. So those are the two things. We got to have understanding and attitude as we hit that field. I'm hoping all these guys know that. And those are the things I talked to them about this morning.
Absolutely. How is the injury report looking for this morning?
We're good. I mean, that's the crazy thing about it. I mean, towards the end, we lost one of our offensive linemen, but we lost him earlier on. We just got a guy in there now, and we got Ty back. Tyvon Edmonds is back. So, we got an opportunity to see him, try to see if we can get a medical red shirt on him, but we couldn't. So we're going to go ahead, and he's back, and he's going to do a great job for us. He won't start, obviously, because he's missed 5 games, but the outstanding fact is we have that young man back. And in 7 games, I think he had like 600 yards. So it's a situation where he's been missed, so we're going to get him back in there and make sure he gets some carries and get some things rolling.
Did you stretch? Did you get your hamstring and everything ready for that fourth quarter sprint?
It's crazy you say that, man, because last week we broke off when Rob Carter broke that kickoff return back. He took it 96 yards last week. I started to take off with it. I said, nope, don't do it. Slow down. I just yelled from the sideline. So I know different now to start running, because I don't need to hurt any ankles or hamstrings or calves or anything like that. The older you get, the crazier it is, man. Right now, my hip's hurting. I don't know why. I've been working out, but my hip's hurting. But it's one of those situations as you get older, things just start clicking and clacking and getting crazy.
For games like this, when it's the last game of the season, despite, a game that has to be played, in the back of your mind, do you think future? Do you think next?
I didn't hear it. You broke up on me.
This being the last game of the season. And of course, you have a game to prep for, and that's primary number one. That's focus number one, right? Mm-hmm. But do you then think about future, like what the next steps are, or what things may look like for you after this year?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. We're definitely prepping for the game, but come Monday, we're back in this office talking about recruiting. What kind of players we need to bring in here, because we're losing a lot of guys. We got a lot of seniors going out. Got about 35 seniors that are going out that are finished here. So we definitely got to go back, and come Monday, we're back in here in the recruiting room watching film, trying to see who we need to bring in mid-year and who can we bring in mid-year and who we got to bring in at the end of the year. Do we want to bring grad guys in? Because, again, that's a tough thing in bringing grad guys in, because you only get to know them for 6 months. So that's the other situation. Are we going to go transfer portal? Are we going to go JUCO? Are we going to go, high school? Those become things. So those are things we'll be back in the office on Monday morning. But we're prepping for those things right now while we're getting ready for the game. Again, the game is the number one thing, but at the same time, we got to make sure that we're on top of those other things also.
Absolutely. One of the things that we talked about when it comes to the transfer portal and your guys graduating, right? Because you say, when you get graduating guys, you only get 6 months to spend with them.
Right.
How do those decisions play a part in that process, knowing that you won't have that amount of time to really have that player at your disposal, or to gain that understanding and relationship of who they are and the attributes of what they can bring to your team?
Yeah, that's the difficult part, because I'm a relationship person when it comes to things like that. I mean, character is extremely important to me. So a lot of times you don't get to know these young men's character. You don't get to know them personally, and some of them don't open up to you. So you have good opportunities with that situation and bad opportunities. Now, we haven't had any bad seeds. We haven't had any uh, so-called turds come in here and try to disrupt the program. We've been pretty good when it's come to that. We brought in some guys with the right frame of mind, but it's tough, man. That's the thing about the recruiting process. You got to really vet these young men. You got to go to their houses. You got to sit down with their parents. You got to talk to them. If their parents can't make it because they're older, you bring in grad guys. Most of them are 23 years old, 22 years old, so they're kind of doing it on their own. So you got to reach out to the parents and see what type of person they are. Reach out for the coaches. That becomes huge too when you're reaching out to the old team. You know, what kind of information you're gonna get from the old team? Are you gonna get the honest truth about the young man? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? So that's the other situation. So it's tough, man, when you get those grad guys and you only have them for 6 months. Like, we'll bring them in for a visit in June, but that's the first time we're going to see them come June, and then the next time we're going to see them is come August if we decide to sign those guys. So that's the toughest part about when you're bringing in grad guys. That's why you want to try to get them in mid-year, but we're not sure about how many we're going to be able to get in mid-year, because that becomes a scholarship. How many scholarships are available? How many aren't available?
Yes.
You know, it goes back to that. And it's a situation where, are we going to re-sign some guys? Are we going to bring some of the guys we have right now more than anything else? Like, one of the biggest guys, we don't know what's going to happen with him. You know, Noah Robinson. I'm not sure if Noah's going to stay, if he's going to go on the transfer portal and try to do something different. You know, because, again, he has that opportunity. Noah's an outstanding player. But at the same time, he also looking at the fact that the past 2 years, he's caught about 100 balls. Is he going to do the same thing at the next school? You know, he's had 700, 800 yards here. Is he going to be able to do the same thing at the next school? So he's thinking about that. He's mature enough to know those things because he's about to graduate from college. But again, at the same time, that's something that we got to look at, because if he comes to us and say, hey, coach, transfer, now we got to see if we got to find that other receiver. So all those things start coming into play. So again, you have to think about those things because it's the end of the year. We got to make sure we're on top of those things because it's the end of the year. And Coach Tyler's doing an outstanding job. Delbert Tyler's doing a great job of recruiting and being on top of those things. So come Monday, we'll be right back at it.
Opening kickoff, if you guys receive first for a touchdown, can we get a dance out of you after this game? We need another viral dance from you.
Yeah, after the game, if we get this W, you're going to definitely get a dance out of me. I'm just not sure if it's going to be on the field or in the locker room, but we're going to make it happen. No doubt about it.
I think we need it on the field. I think the fans need to see that excitement out of you, see that dance, see them skills.
They're gonna definitely see some excitement. If we go out here and do what we're capable of doing and get this W, I'm gonna be so excited for these seniors, man, going out here the right way, and so excited for these coaches because of how hard we work. And like I said, you know, we go 7-5, even if it's 6-6, it's still more games than we've won in the last 2 years. So that's something to be proud of, something to be excited about. You know, is it bittersweet? Yeah, it's bittersweet because we'd rather be in a position where we're playing for that championship or vying for that championship. But didn't happen this year. Hopefully we'll do the things we need to do to make it happen next year.
All right, well, Coach, listen. What's your music? I don't have any suggestions for you this morning, man.
I got you.
Music wise, I think that Meek Mill's, I think that's a bumper for any game. That Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah, you just like me. That's one of those ones. The other one I like, man, I don't know if it has anything to do with football or anything. I just love, man, My Neighbors, by J. Cole.
Oh, yeah.
It's just something about that song, man. It's like he's telling, I am selling dope. I'm selling these dope rhymes. That's the thing that song makes me, excited about the things he went through. And in fact, it's a true story,
Yes.
and that's what I love about when I hear hip hop music. It's the storytelling. And that's probably why I don't like today's hip hop as much as I like the older hip hop, because it's not storytelling. I probably listen to more country music because it's storytelling now as opposed to a lot of the hip hop. So it's one of those things. But no, Neighborhood and Dreams and Nightmares, man, two songs I really love. So we'll see how it goes. But you know what, man, Pitts, let's just get this thing rolling, man. Let's get these guys in the right frame of mind. Let's make sure these players are on top of what they need to do, man. And let's go, Bobby Moore.
Listen, man, y'all heard it here. This is the last game of the season. We got Robert Morris University against Stonehill. It's going down in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania today. Listen, can't thank you guys enough for sticking with us through every week, Thursday and Saturday. We ain't going nowhere. So get tuned. You know what it is. I'm your host, Terrence Pitts. Pitts and Push Sports Talk Radio, Pittsburgh Zone, Bowie TV. It's going down. Enjoy a fun, full Saturday of football. Let's go 1-0 today, Coach.
Ain't no doubt. 1-0, man. Hey, much love. Have a good one. Be safe. Safe travels.
Yes, sir.